A lot of people have been giving me a lot of flack lately and saying, well, G-Money, what qualifies you to rate a movie? I mean, what do you know about a good movie? To silence the naysayers, I figure it's only fitting that we actually do G-Money's Top 6 Favorite Movies. Why 6? Simple, I couldn't bring it up to 10 and I couldn't narrow it down to 5. Shut up. Number 6. The Avengers! Now, you knew I was going to have this movie on here somewhere, just for the simple fact that, you know, it is what it is. It is the quintessential Marvel team-up movie, and it is a movie that has had more build-up than any other movie in history, being that it had movies lead into it and all that stuff, and you know the history. But the fact of the matter is, why on one of my top favorite movies is because, for one, I actually got on a plane and flew to Germany to see it a week before it released over here in the States. Now, that alone would be enough reason to be excited, but if you've seen the movie, you know why. As a fan of comic books, nerdery, and everything else, this movie definitely has to be on my list. Number 5. The Dark Knight! Well, I wouldn't be a fan of much nerdery or comic books if I didn't have this movie on here. I mean, come on. This movie is without a doubt the greatest superhero movie ever made. I mean, Christopher Nolan took a character from the comic books and put him in what would be deemed a real-world setting. And in the process, made a complete and utter awesome frickin' movie. I mean, there is just so many things about this movie that is done right, from the whole characters to the story, and the best thing about this movie is still to this day, Heath Ledger's portrayal as the Joker. Much respect, big man. Number 4. Django Unchained! Now, Django Unchained is actually the newest member of my favorite movies, just because of the fact that it is a Quentin Tarantino movie, and second of all, because it features Christoph Waltz. I have become such a huge fan of Christoph Waltz in recent memory that it's not even funny. Not to mention also that it features a very cool concept here, and that is a black person who can speak German. Why does that sound so familiar? Number 3.
Das Geräusch meiner Walter, die direkt auf ihre Hoden gerichtet ist. Dann sind wir zu zweit. Und ab jetzt sind wir zu dritt. Like that not.
Inglourious Bastards! Yes, another Quentin Tarantino movie. Now, you might think, you got a hard-on for Quentin, or is it just me? No, I absolutely love this movie, just for the simple fact of I have never been uneasy watching a movie. I have never had a character that when I'm watching said movie has made me uncomfortable. In this case, none other than Christoph Waltz's Academy Award-winning performance. Now, I grew up in Germany.
Would you like to have a roll in the hay?
What knockers?
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, that Germany. Alright, so we made it to numbers 1 and 2, and there's been 2 Quentin Tarantino movies and 2 superhero movies. What the hell could the other ones be? I mean, I'm gonna throw you a curveball here, just wait and see. Number 2. Once Upon a Time in America. Now, this movie is not very well known, and for the life of me, I don't understand why. This movie is, without a doubt, one of the finest pieces of cinema that I have ever been fortunate enough to see. Just because this movie has, you know, a great story, and on top of everything else, it actually stars James Woods and Robert De Niro. Why is this movie not well known? If you haven't seen this movie, go watch this movie. And finally, we come to the infamous number. So, without further ado, here is number 1.
Are we going to appall you with something confidential and disgusting? Let's hope so, because that is what you really like. Unconfessed crimes of buried wickedness. If that is what brings you to us, the prospect of hearing horrors, you shall not go unrewarded.
Amadeus! What? Having gone to German school, it was from a very young age that I was, fortunate enough to get to listen to classical music. And in 3rd grade, we actually got to watch this movie, parts of it at least. And I remember it made such an impression on me that I wanted to see more of it. I loved this movie from the get-go, from the amazing acting to the cinematography to the awesome, awe-inspiring soundtrack. This movie, to me, is just my personal favorite for every single reason why people make movies. It has 8 Oscars, and they are so well-deserved. I mean, if you have never seen Amadeus, I highly recommend you go and rent that movie, buy it, you wouldn't regret it. It's totally off the charts amazing, and that is a guarantee from me. And as a added bonus, I'm gonna give Amadeus a totally tanuki. So there you go, guys. Those are my top 6 favorite movies. Does that any way silence the naysayers? If you have no clue as to what a good movie is, shut up. Thank you so much for watching, and because I said it so often in this video that I'm actually from Germany.
Would you like to have a roll in the hay?
What knockers?
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Möchte ich mich bei euch bedanken, dass ihr mein Video angeschaut habt, und ich wünsche euch viel Spaß noch. Schaut meine anderen Videos an und dann hoffentlich sehen wir uns bald wieder hier auf dem Cashflow. Und bis zum nächsten Mal sage ich euch Peace.